So I'm Emily Atkinson, and I teach 5th grade at Oak Grove Elementary School, and I teach math and science to 2 separate classes, so I get the opportunity to teach math twice a day. So my purpose of teaching math class in 5th grade is to get kids to understand that math is a part of their world and to learn how to view their world with mathematical language and from the view of a mathematician. So that they begin to learn that math makes sense, and that they can make sense of mathematics because it is connected to the real world. It's not just these random numbers and procedures of here's how you do it and they don't understand it. But also a deep understanding of our number system so that they can move through problems fluidly and in many different ways. And also for them to understand that they are mathematicians, to have that view of themselves. That's my goal in math class. I think Number Talks for sure is a key component to that, because their understanding of number is richer. Their understanding of operation is richer because of that. And hearing multiple perspectives and grappling with those different ways of solving. Other opportunities that are important in the classroom, chunky problems, the right kind of problem. Joe Bowler calls them low floor, high ceiling problems. And that's a hard thing to describe until you've had it and you can put it in your classroom and everybody can access it in their own way. And you see a multiple of strategies going on in the classroom, thinking about a problem in a variety of different ways and a variety of different ways to get at it, and then sharing those, sharing their thinking. And kids go, oh, that's how you, oh, I didn't think about that. And they're thinking about all these different approaches to the problem. I had 2 students in there who I was told were remedial students, and that they probably shouldn't be in my class because I do not teach like this, is the way I'm described. I don't know what that means exactly, but and they were incredibly successful because they were allowed to think about math the way it made sense to them. And I had one student who's very dear to my heart who said, Mrs. Atkinson, your methods work on me. Because I used to hide in the bathroom during math and cry. And he was excited to come to math class. So, and I continue to have that. Now I've got a lot of parents coming to me saying, my child's excited about math for the first time ever. And kids who, the first week of class said, I was going to fail 4th grade and now I like math. And so I think their relationship with math is a lot more positive. They're beginning to believe in themselves as math learners. So. And with the boy who was hiding in the bathroom in 3rd grade, he would come up with some of the most amazing ways of thinking about math than any student I've ever had, stuff that I had never thought about before. So he became kind of a hero in the class. People would wait for his responses. A hard hard time in the beginning because they think of themselves as really great math students, and then all of a sudden they're doing big chunky problems that they've never really had experience with, and it's hard for them. But we have to have a growth mindset. So right now is kind of a sweet time. We're in November, and they're beginning to see, oh, there is stuff that I can learn, and I like hard stuff. So, and they're excited that I think they can do hard things. That's a tough one. I did a lot of direct work with growth mindset in the beginning of the year, and it's one of those things in the back of my mind that I keep thinking, oh, I need to do some more direct activities with growth mindset. Well, using them as an opportunity to re-engage. And, oh, this is a great mistake. Let's look at this. What can we learn from this? What was this person thinking? Oh, I've thought that before too. So when this happens, we're going to all be more careful to remember this. That was actually the hardest part for my kids, was not so much making the mistake, but getting feedback about how to improve their explanations, how to improve their posters about problem solving. They viewed it as a mistake, and I was viewing it as feedback. And there was a disconnect there. So I showed this Austin's butterfly, and they began to understand that feedback is valuable, because look at how much further you can take your work. Well, I'm beginning to think that I can't really tell the difference between my GATE kids and my RSP kids anymore. If you have a really good problem, it's differentiated. It's the same problem. Everybody's working on it on their own level. I have a student who's slated for a special day class. He really struggles with procedure. I give him a calculator and I give him problem-solving questions, and he's at the top of the class. He's leading the class. His mind is amazing. And typically teachers haven't put their RSP kids in my room because I do problem solving, and they're afraid that the RSP kids, well, they can't multiply, so how can they problem solve? Well, he is. Open your idea of what math intelligence is, then you're including more people. You have to put time into it. You have to put time into seeking out the good problems. You have to do the math yourself. And you can't rely on a program to get you to where you want to go. So it takes more organization and more time, and I wouldn't do that if I didn't think that this was the best thing for kids to understand mathematics. The kids like it. They're engaged. They're learning. It works for them. So that's my job.